Good morning. It's a cold morning up here in the mountains. Eddie is outside doing some concrete work while we still have some sunshine, and I wanted to surprise him with something good when he comes in. A few weeks ago, we were up north in our area in the mountains and stopped into a little antique store, and it was an antique junk store. So I picked up one of these. It's an Aebleskiver pan. I've watched a million YouTube videos. Everyone pronounce it differently, so I'm just going to call it what comes to mind at the moment. But I saw this. I knew what it was for, but I've never actually had them. They're like a little Scandinavian, I think Danish little donut. And so I came home and I made a batch, and they were so good. So I'm going to make another batch and show you how to do it. The only difference is sometimes they make them with jam in the middle, and sometimes just plain, and you put the jam on top. I found putting jam in the middle made this complicated, so for this video we're just going to make plain ones, and you can put your jam or whatever you like on top. For the sake of brevity today, my ingredients are already measured out, but I will put the exact recipe in the link below. Here are my dry ingredients: flour, salt, cinnamon, baking powder, that sort of stuff in this bowl, and I whisk them all together. I have a wet ingredient bowl, which is, can't see it without my spilling it all on the ground, but it's milk, actually powdered milk, some butter, margarine, you can use whichever one you want, and an egg yolk. And in the final bowl is an egg white. Now, some of the recipes I read just said to put the white and put the egg white, put all the wet ingredients together, and then add them to the dry ingredients. But I read others that said when you beat the egg white separately and fold it in, it's that much better. And the first time I did it that way, and they were really good, so I'm not changing. This is a departure, having so many bowls, but these come out so good, it's just worth it. So let's get started. First thing I thought about is how can I make this so that I only have to wash the beaters once. So I'm going to start by whipping up the egg whites. I got them kind of nice and frothy, and what I'm going to do now is mix up the wet ingredients. Wet ingredients are all mixed up. I'm going to slowly pour in the dry ingredients and start mixing that up too. Okay, here's the consistency. It's kind of a pancake batter consistency. I'm now going to put the egg whites in kind of gently with the spatula. Get those in there. All right, I just tested my pan by, sprinkling some cold water on it, and it sizzled, so we're ready to go. I have my Dollar Tree spray-on oil, so I'm going to spray all of these cavities. Whoa, that is hot. Now, they say to put it in a little below the cavity opening, so I have a 1/4 cup measuring cup here, and it might be a little less than that, but we'll see. First one in. Oh, put this one in, and so forth. I'm going to fill them all up to a little below the edge. And here we are, waiting for the magic to happen. Since this middle one, they say, is the one that cooks the fastest, I filled it in last. They are bubbling on top, but not quite ready. The outside really has to cook. I tried to turn one over a few seconds ago, and as you can see, it was still pretty light there around the outside. So this one looks the most ready to flip, so I'm going to flip it. As you can see, some of them have overflowed, so next time I'm going to put a little less batter in them. Now, I'm using a spoon. That seemed to work out for me best last time. Let's see what happens. Ooh! Perfection! Oh, that looks beautiful. Let's try another one. See if the camera, I can use my left hand. Let's get in there. And look, oh, that's perfect too. Let's grab this. I realize you can't see. I'm going to turn it. I'm already not going in a clockwise direction like I thought, because this is not heating evenly. So whatever looks ready is ready. So I'm just going to put my spoon under there and grab this and flip it. And it's not flipping evenly, but the world won't come to an end. Boy, those look good. Let's do another one. Oh, that looks beautiful. Oh my gosh. And there we are, 4 down, 3 to go. As you can see, I don't always make it right back into the pan, but I think we're all going to survive, and you know, practice makes perfect. Basically what I'm doing is just taking the spoon and moving the dough a little bit away from the side of the pan to see if it looks browned. If it's brown, then I figure it's ready to go. I stick the spoon under and flip it. As you can see, we're coming to the end here. The hardest part has been to resist the temptation to keep turning them over and checking what's going on in there. The best case scenario is something like this, just nicely cooked on both sides, evenly cooked. Now, what happens if they go in sideways, like what happened to me a couple of times, is they get a little folded looking on the bottom. Still good, but it's folded because the part of the Aebleskiver, whatever it is, that hits the pan cooks first and the rest doesn't cook as evenly. So what I've taken to doing is, if it didn't go in straight right away, I've simply taken my fingers and adjusted them so that the batter cooks evenly. Well, that's it for the Aebleskiver, however it's pronounced. They are really good. My flipping skills are not 100% up to par yet, so I'm not, you know, obviously I didn't fill them with anything, but you can fill them with jam or blueberries or chocolate chips, or you can have those on the side, as well as cinnamon and sugar on top, or syrup or powdered sugar. They're just a really great canvas for any sort of thing you want to do with them. They're just so good. Eddie will not be eating these on camera today. He'll be eating them later. I just checked on him. He is outside in the cold working on that cement project while chain smoking, and I just don't want to bug him right now. But I did tell them they were coming, and he looked pretty happy about it, so I presume it's going to be good. I tried them and found them delicious myself. Stay well, be healthy. Thank you so much for watching.